I had the chance to see Red 1 a couple days early. Is it any good? Let's find out right now.
Are you telling me this clown is a level 4 naughty lister?
A level 4 naughty lister?
Oh, is that funny too?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'll be talking about Red 1, the newest Christmas movie. Before we get started though, make sure to do subscribe, leave a like. It's free to do so. I'm also going to read you guys a quick plot synopsis just so you know what the movie is about. After Santa Claus is kidnapped, the North Pole's head of security must team up with the world's most infamous bounty hunter in a globe-trotting mission to save Christmas. You know, I don't think I've shared my thoughts on Christmas movies on this channel or even my favorite ones. I think we got to do a video on that next month in December, but I'm a big fan of Christmas movies. I've, watched them when I was growing up as a child a lot. I still watch them. I try, when December comes, I try to watch at least, 10 or 15 of them. I have my favorites out there. And this new Christmas movie, Red 1, is now going to be out in a couple days. And I gotta say, I hated the trailers for this movie. They were like absolutely abysmal. And, I didn't really want to go see it, but I got to bring the content to you guys. I got to do it. So I went in and, I was expecting, a big mess. And then I kind of turned my brain off there for a second. I'm like, I shouldn't expect anything. I should just go in here with no expectations. That's what you should do for every movie. But then I walked out and I'm like, yep, I should have listened to my inner thoughts, because that was actually a horrible movie and probably one of the worst blockbusters released this year. It's not like my least favorite movie of the year, because I've seen a lot of worse movies than this, but it is one of the worst blockbusters, because this movie has a budget of like $250 million. And that's only the production budget. With marketing, you're probably looking at like 280 to 300 million in total. And this is from Amazon. They didn't put it directly on Amazon Prime. They did release it in theaters for a little bit, probably only for a little bit, because it's not going to make a lot. And Wicked and Gladiator 2 and you have Moana coming out this month. It's a very big stacked month for Thanksgiving. So I think, Red 1 is going to have all these theaters, all the IMAX premium screens, Dolby for its first week in theaters. And then it's basically going to lose almost half those theaters, half the premium screens, or maybe all the premium screens to Gladiator and Wicked, because I think Gladiator and Wicked are kind of splitting the IMAX screens. So yeah, Red 1 going to be in theaters for maybe like a week or two. I'm assuming that Prime Video and Amazon are going to be pushing to release this on Prime Video by Christmas or a little bit before Christmas. If it was my guess, if it was my company, I'd probably put this on Amazon Prime either the first week or second week of December for everyone to watch. And I think that's the best way for you guys to do it. I don't really recommend seeing this in theaters. It's not really going to be for anyone, I think. I mean, if you're really a sucker for Christmas movies and you really want one to go see, I would recommend The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I really enjoyed that one. And it's actually a fun, lighthearted one. This one is just a lot going on and nothing going on at the same time. It's basically just a big old mess. And for Christmas movies, I just like the simplistic ones and not like big budget movies. I like movies where you watch on Christmas and you're like, oh, you could really live that lifestyle. You could live that story. I like Christmas with the Cranks is a big one. Home Alone, even though it's kind of like far-fetched there. But yeah, those could be like real life stories that you could really hear of. This is like, what are we doing here? This is like a huge budget movie that looks like crap. No offense to the creators of this movie. I think they kind of did their best here. But some of the CGI is abysmal in my eyes. It's a really ugly movie to look at. And what didn't help was in my IMAX theater when I saw it, the lights were still on like 30 minutes into the movie. I was like, what are we doing here? I guess I really don't want me to see this movie, because there's like this one scene on a beach. If you ever do end up watching this movie, it's like a 10-minute 15-second scene on the beach. I couldn't tell if the beach they were standing on was real or fake, because the background did not look real at all, and the sunlight didn't look real. And I think it was a fake kind of beach that they were on, because they were only standing in this one little area and they did not move at all. And it really did mess with my brain. I felt like I was losing brain cells here. It might have been the movie I've yawned the most through, and I almost fell asleep, but I didn't. I always try to pride myself in never falling asleep during a movie in a movie theater, because there's no way it can be that bad, but it was almost that bad. It was like when I saw Argyle earlier this year. I had a horrible time watching Argyle, and this maybe is worse than Argyle, but it does have a little bit of Christmas spirit in there. Some nice themes in there, of course, for Christmas. I didn't really hate all the scenes. Most of them I did. I like the one scene you see in the trailer with Krampus. I thought that was a pretty good scene with a lot of great makeup in there. I think the movie has some good makeup, some great costumes, and set design. There's not really many real sets in there. They do what they can. Yeah, but I did like the Krampus scene. I think that was funny where they play Krampus Slump or Krampus Slap or whatever it is, and Dwayne Johnson gets slapped across the room by Krampus. I thought that was pretty funny. Talking about the cast, Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, they did their best. They did their best. Chris Evans, though, he needs a new agent. This guy is really going through it. I mean, I don't know. Remember the last time he's been in a really good movie? You could say Deadpool and Wolverine, but he wasn't really a lead there. Really good movie is probably the Marvel movies or Knives Out. Other than that, he's been in a lot of stinkers, some streaming movies. Dwayne Johnson, he's becoming a little too overexposed for me personally. It used to be when you saw a Dwayne Johnson movie, oh, you know it's going to be a hit. But now when you see him releasing a new movie, you're like, I don't know. Since Black Adam, it's been a rough time for him. And you can say Moana too, but it's not really like live action Dwayne Johnson. I mean, you could say some people go to it for him. Most people go to, Moana for the characters and the animation and the music in that sense. J.K. Simmons played Red, or Santa Claus, as you could call him. I mean, he was fun. It's kind of weird to see, a slim down muscular Santa Claus, but maybe some people would like that. But honestly, my favorite performance was probably Kiernan Shipka. I liked her a lot, and I think that she honestly didn't piss me off. Everyone else kind of pissed me off with those performances a little bit, and I thought that she didn't, so I'd say she's probably my favorite cast member in this one. Overall, Red One is one of the worst big budget movies released this year and is not going to be a Christmas classic. Some people might enjoy it, but I think that, small minority is going to be very, very small and very quiet. The performances were okay across the board. Kiernan Shipka is my favorite. The movie just looked like a total mess, and the plot was a total mess. CGI really bothered me in here, and it felt longer than it actually was. Felt like I was in that theater for about 3 hours, but it was only about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm gonna give Red One a 2 out of 10. Yeah, that's worse than I thought it was gonna be, but hey, at least I saw it, and I'm not gonna go watch it again. Maybe a couple scenes when it comes out in Prime, but I'm done with this movie. I'm done with it. I just need a good Christmas movie to cleanse my palate, and I'll be watching it in December. But that's my review for Red One. If you did see this movie, and I'm sorry if you did, leave your thoughts down below. If you did enjoy my review, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.